19, text 30. Saha samrutaha tatra mahan mahayasa brahmarshi rajarshi devarshi sangaihi vyarochatalam bhagavan yatha induhu graha arksha tara nikaraihi paritaha sa samrutastatra mahan mahiyasam brahmarshi rajarshi devarshi sanghai virochatalam bhagavan tendu graharkshatara nikarai paritaha sa samvrutastatra mahan mahiyasam brahmarshi rajarshi devarshi sanghai vyarochatalam bhagavan tendu graharkshatara nikarai paritaha samrutastastra mahan Bhagavan Tendru Rakshatara Nikare Paritaham Samrutastatra Mahan Mahisam Shirajarshi Devarshi Sangai Raksatalam Bhagavan Tendru Shatara Nikare Parita Samruta Sastra Mahan Mahiyasa Brahmarshi Rajarshi Devarshi Sangai Rochatalam Bhagavan Thendru Shatara Saha Sri Shukadev Goswami Samrutaha surrounded by Tatra there Mahan great Mahiyasam of the greatest Brahmarshi saint among the Brahmanas Rajharshi saint among the kings Devarshi saint among the demigods Sangaihi by the assembly of Vyarochata well deserved Alam able Bhagavan powerful Yatha as Induhu the moon Graha planets Ruksha heavenly bodies Tara stars Nikaraihi, by the assembly of Paritaha, surrounded by. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Shukadeva Goswami was then surrounded by saintly sages and demigods, just as the moon is surrounded by stars, planets, and other heavenly bodies. His presence was gorgeous and he was respected by all. Please repeat. Shukadeva Goswami was then surrounded by saintly sages and demigods, just as the moon is surrounded by stars, planets, and other heavenly bodies. His presence was gorgeous and he was respected by all. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In the great assembly of saintly personalities, there was Vyasadeva, the Brahmarshi, Narada, the Devarshi, Parashurama, the great ruler of the Kshatriya kings, etc. Some of them were powerful incarnations of the Lord. Shukadeva Goswami was not known as Brahmarshi, Rajarshi or Devarshi, nor was he an incarnation like Narada, Vyasa or Parashurama, and yet he excelled them in respects paid. This means that the devotee of the Lord is more honored in the world than the Lord himself. One should therefore never minimize the importance of a devotee like Shukadeva Goswami. Dasanstha Bhaktivedanta Parpoto Madhyana Timirandhasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are reading from the chapter titled The Appearance of Shukadeva Goswami, and in these verses we have seen how Shukadeva Goswami enters the arena where Bhagavatam is supposed to be recited, and Parikshit Maharaj receives him with great respect, and not only that, all the great sages and the demigods who are present there, they also respected him as a powerful representative of Krishna. And then Shukadeva Goswami, he was here it is mentioned Sa Samvruta Tatra Mahan Mahiyasam. He was surrounded by great personalities like Brahmarshi, saint among the Brahmanas, that is Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva happens to be the father of Shukadeva Goswami. So the father is sitting in front of Shukadeva Goswami to listen to him. Father is the one who taught him Srimad Bhagavatam. But still, when he came, even he received him, respected him. Brahmarshi, then Rajarshi, saint among the kings, and that is Parashurama. He is an incarnation of God, Parashurama. Even he is receiving Shukadeva Goswami very respectfully. Then Devarshi is a saint among the demigods, and that is Narada Muni. Narada is the spiritual master of even Vyasadeva. So that means Shukadeva Goswami is actually disciple of a disciple. And both of them are seated. Thus, personally the spiritual master and the spiritual master. They are also seated to listen to Shukadeva Goswami. Then, now when he is seated like that, respected by all of them, how is that scene looking like? Bhagavatam is wonderful that when we read these descriptions, it paints a picture in our mind. And by the way, mind likes pictures. It is designed like that. That's why everybody is into reels, pictures and moving pictures, reels and videos, because it likes. So such people can divert their attention to Bhagavatam and then receive the pictures in parampara. That's what here it is described. Just as a moon is surrounded by stars, planets and other heavenly bodies, Shukadeva Goswami was surrounded by Brahmarshi, Rajarshi, Devarshi, Sangai. All these great saintly people are surrounding him. So this is, his presence was gorgeous and he was respected by all. So Prabhupada is explaining in the purport that they're all very exalted personalities. Narada is an incarnation of bhakti. Parshuram is also an incarnation. Vyasadeva is also an incarnation. He's he is the one who compiled all the Vedic literatures. All the incarnations are present, and Shukadeva Goswami is neither an incarnation nor a Brahmarshi, Rajarshi or Devarshi, but he received the best respects. He excelled everybody there. There are so many exalted personalities are there, they are respected, but the Shukadeva Goswami commanded the best respects. He excelled everybody in that. So Prabhupada is concluding here, this means that the devotee of the Lord is more honored in the world than the Lord himself. Incarnations are present, they are honored certainly, but even they are honoring Shukadeva Goswami. So Prabhupada is saying one should never minimize the importance of a devotee like Shukadeva Goswami. An exalted devotee like Shukadeva Goswami should never be minimized. His position should not be minimized. Why is that? Because the people in this world, whether they accept or not, they are always in miserable conditions. Everybody has many challenges to cross over. Like recently there is a report in the students, they have conducted this survey, and they found that most of the students are having this mental stress and anxiety. And what is this anxiety about? The anxiety about what will happen in the future. After completing this degree, will I get a job? Will I settle in my life? These are the anxieties. And about 59% of them asked for some counseling, mental counseling. This is the scenario. Previously, the anxieties and this stress was limited to very few people, but nowadays it is all pervading. And all these miserable conditions are self-created, invited into our life. They're unnecessary. Anartha, they're anarthas. For example, Prabhupada explains there are thousands and thousands of elephants in the forest, and their maintenance is going on nicely every single day. Now, who is providing food and sustenance to them? And if you know that Krishna is the one who is doing all that, then why do you think that Krishna will not maintain you? And Krishna is not expecting even devotion from all these animals. They are simply following the laws of material nature. That much surrenderance is there, and they're being maintained. But because we do not want to surrender to Krishna, we have this complex thinking. Maintenance will not, everybody will be maintained. So, unless somebody comes to this kind of understanding, this is called Krishna consciousness. One statement can change our life. If somebody thinks that, okay, even animals are maintained, will I not be maintained? If it strikes him, automatically there will be a transformation. He will not be anxious. He will think, okay, let me finish my degree or whatever. I'll depend on Krishna, and certainly my maintenance will be taken care of. This is called Krishna consciousness. People don't understand how this world is working. So, although Krishna consciousness is present, people cannot take to this unless they are favored by Krishna himself. You cannot understand Krishna unless you are favored by Krishna. Krishna's grace has come upon you. Unless and until Krishna's grace comes on us, we will not be able to understand Krishna. So, but unless we understand Krishna, we cannot cross over these miserable conditions. So that's why reaching Krishna is very important. Becoming Krishna consciousness is very important. And how that is possible? I remember before coming in touch with this moment, we hardly know about Krishna. Mostly we have heard about Vishnu and many other demigods. And although we heard about Krishna, we do not know what is the meaning of Krishna consciousness. We don't know. But when we met Prabhupada, when we came in touch with Prabhupada, that's the time the seriousness has increased. I remember after understanding some few things in Krishna consciousness, after coming in contact with ISKCON, I happened to go to Tirumala again for darshan. Previous to that, many years I used to go regularly. Every summer, along with the parents, we used to go. And then after Krishna consciousness, I went for darshan. Now this time I started seeing the Lord differently. And not only that, while everybody is going away, these Hare Krishna devotees are trying to hide here, there, so that they can have little longer darshan. Why this change has come, this behavior change has come? It's because we have heard something from Prabhupada. So in our lives, if we want some positive change to come, you have to hear from a pure devotee. Unless and until we hear the statements of Prabhupada, Mahiyasam, Padarajobhishekam, even Prahlad Maharaj also explains, unless we take shelter of the lotus feet of a pure devotee, and Prahlad also says, you have to take the dust of that lotus feet and do an abhisheka for yourself. Padarajobhisheka. Padaraja means the dust at the lotus feet of a pure devotee, and abhisheka. You have to smear all over your body. Generally, people, they are very proud. They don't even bend their heads. But to take dust from the lotus feet of a personality, that's a big surrender. So, attaining Krishna is not possible unless we take the dust of lotus feet of a pure devotee. Why we all became interested in Krishna and trying to understand Krishna? Because somehow we got some shelter at the lotus feet of Prabhupada. That's why we call it as Prabhupada Ashraya. Prabhupada Ashraya means you are taking the dust of the lotus feet of a pure devotee. So, because of that, we got interested in Krishna. Now, the important point is, if we want to see some changes, we all want to change. We all want to improve. This is a natural inclination of the soul. Wants to expand, wants to grow. So, if we want to, fulfill our soul's desires, if we want to manifest some good changes in our life, good behavior in our life, then we have to take shelter at the lotus feet of a spiritual master and hear his sentences, the words that are mentioned carefully. Only those sentences have transformed us. Today we are all seated here. Today is what? Wednesday. Wednesday morning. Where is the possibility that we all sit together and hear Bhagavatam if we were outside? Before coming in touch with Krishna consciousness, where were you on Wednesdays? You'll be now running around to report to either school, college or company, to punch and give attendance and all that. You are relieved from all this. Why is that? Because you have heard some sentences of Prabhupada. Actually, this is the wealth. For a devotee, this is the wealth Prabhupada has given. Particularly for the people who are surrendered to Prabhupada, disciples of Prabhupada, for them this is the wealth. Each sentence can bring in wonderful transformations in you, liberating you from all these misconceptions step by step. For example, those students are thinking, how will I get my maintenance? Who will take care of me? But if they know, if they, let us say, heard one sentence, it liberates from this particular misconception. And imagine how many books, how many sentences that Prabhupada asked. Each one is capable of delivering us from this Maya. Illusion. Only in illusion people think I have to feed for myself, I have to protect for myself. But a devotee, after hearing from Prabhupada, he understands that yes, Krishna is maintaining so many species, I'll also be maintained, I'll also be protected. And imagine if somebody becomes a devotee, Krishna will be very alert. And when we become a devotee of a pure devotee, Krishna will be even more alert. is very pleased to take care of us. Devotees of a pure devotee are more dear to Krishna. Understood? So he will take care of us even nicely. Sometimes we think Krishna, he only takes care of pure devotees like, Shukadeva Goswami, Narada Muni, Vyasadeva, or Draupadi. She called and he came. And like this, we think only Krishna takes care of them. We're all in the beginning stages. Why will Krishna bother? No. Krishna bothers more to take care of us. So then the question is, maybe Krishna will take care of us, but he may not respond so quickly. We have to do a lot of prayers and so many things, then only Krishna will take care of. No. Krishna, Prabhupada explains in one place, everybody else may fail to help you, but Krishna will help you. Everybody else may fail you to take care of you, to support you, to help you, but Krishna will help you. Actually, Krishna is involved in our life at a very minute detail. He is minutely involved. It's a misconception that Krishna is somewhere far away and he is not taking care of our lives or is not responding to me. He is minutely involved in our details. Particularly if you are surrendered to Prabhupada, very, 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 very dear to Krishna and is minutely involved. No, Prabhu, I am praying but nothing is happening. So, actually it's not true that nothing is happening. As soon as you pray to Krishna for protection, already some things are started happening. By the time Krishna, depending on the scenario, he protects you. If you are very helpless, you will see immediately protection is appearing. So that's why one should not feel that he is not having the Krishna's guidance or protection. So then what should I do? Here Prabhupada is saying Mahan Mahiyasam, Prahlad Maharaj is saying Mahiyasam Pada Rajobhisheka. Now the question may be that Prabhupada is not physically present. Now how can I take the dust from his lotus feet? The real taking dust from lotus feet of Prabhupada means to go on hearing his books and following his instructions. This is the reality, real taking dust. There are so many people who took dust from the lotus feet of Prabhupada, but they are the ones who became very big conspirators. So the real meaning of taking dust is that one should follow the instructions given by Prabhupada. This is the real. And it is so nice, each and every word, each and every sentence we can scrutinizingly study. Like Prabhupada is saying here, one should never minimize the importance of a devotee like Shukadeva Goswami. So unfortunately, if one looks at the history of ISKCON movement, after Prabhupada has physically disappeared, the position of Prabhupada was systematically being minimized. His glorious position was covered. There is an attempt to cover the glories of his books also. By changing the books systematically, they're again minimizing Prabhupada's presence. But here we can see even greatest personalities like Brahmarshi, Radarshi, Devarshi, they're so much respect they're giving to Shukadeva Goswami. This has to be learnt by all of us. We have to respect Vaishnavas. We should not minimize any Vaishnava. And particularly if the Vaishnavas who have surrendered to Prabhupada's mission, they have given their life and intelligence and body and everything for the service of the Lord, they should be respected. We should never minimize the importance of these devotees. And for the devotees who are already in the movement and practicing, the only challenge for them is not to commit Vaishnava aparad. That's all. Otherwise, their lives are already glorious. They're already in the right path, way back to Krishna. Now tell me, what is this taking care of Vaishnava offenses? That comes only by respecting properly. In a Vaishnava community flourishes when there is a mutual respect. We respect our seniors and very respectfully we deal with the equals, and juniors also respectfully we guide them. We don't think that we are we are some authorities. We know that they also surrendered to Prabhupada, and who knows, they may be much better than us. So we have to give respect to everybody, every devotee. But as a matter of duty, we have to do the needful to guide, to support, to encourage everybody. The juniors should always give respect to the seniors and authorities. This is the training. And giving respect means the instructions of the authorities should be followed. Prabhupada explains in one place that following the instructions of spiritual master means you should follow the instructions of the authorities. If the authorities are giving you instructions which are basically Krishna conscious instructions, then those instructions should be followed. And Prabhupada said, all my disciples are pure devotees. They are having pure intentions. So under these circumstances, respectful dealings have to increase, and we should not minimize the importance of any devotee. Minimizing somebody backside, at the back, that is called rumor, gossips. These are all offenses. We should never minimize the importance of any Vaishnava. Let us say some Vaishnava is not present and there is a discussion is going on. We should not minimize. Particularly for outsiders, we should never minimize the importance of any Vaishnava. Sometimes outsiders may say, because they don't understand the Vaishnava behavior, sometimes they may talk little, they may complain little, but we should justify the Vaishnavas and the points that they tell. One should always protect the importance of the organization, importance of the Vaishnavas, particularly in the eyes of the outside world. Outside world, they're all struggling And the Vaishnavas are the ones who are trying to minimize their struggle, minimize their, the miserable conditions. And such Vaishnavas should be respected. So there are so many points in this. This whole Vaishnava etiquette is described in this sloka. Although they are all very exalted, still the speaker was given the respect. And in once he is a junior most, but still they know he is most exalted. Coming to sadhakas, the junior should not think we are very exalted. They should know they are exalted in the sense, yes, they have given their life that is very auspicious, but they should know that we need blessings of my seniors and authorities. We should not imagine our exalted position. That will be visible anyway, and if you are like that, automatically you will be recognized. You need not have to assume. One should not think I am exalted, one should not think I am liberated. Prabhupada in one place says, if somebody says he is a liberated person, he is a nonsense. So we should never think that we are liberated or we are exalted. As a devotee grows in Krishna consciousness, actually his feeling will be, I am a fallen soul. I am a very fallen personality. Like Chaitanya Charitamrita Kathakar, Krishnadas Kaviraj Maharaj, he says, he compares himself to a worm in the stool. It's not that he is worm in the stool, but that is his feeling. It is not some artificial statement. It's not an artificial humility. They feel that I am worse than a worm in the stool. So that is the real advancement. We should not think in terms of why I am not given respect, why my exalted position is not recognized. No. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, see why this respect equation is very important to understand. Why we have to worry so much about these respects and why we should not ask. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's verse. Amanina manadena kirtaniya sada. Now if you want to chant nicely, if we want to increase our chanting, what is stopping us? This respect equation. What is this equation? Amanina, one should think that I don't deserve any respect, and don't expect also, and don't demand also. That is when it comes to us. But when it comes to other Vaishnavas, other personalities, we are ready to give all respects. Amanina manadena. So devotees' mood should be manadena mood. Always giving respect. Even we give respects to karmis also. We should give respect even to the ant. What to talk about Vaishnavas? Actually, this is the challenge. We are all living together, and at the same time we have to maintain that respect for each other. This is the challenge. Otherwise we have no other challenge. Other challenges are not our challenges. Building temple, doing this, doing that, they are all not our challenges. They are the challenges of the Lord. He takes care. Devotees are desiring, my Lord, we want to worship you in your new palace. Now it is Krishna. He has to worry. That is his challenge. So we are just running around, doing our duties to fulfill our Guru's desire, to glorify Krishna, and yes, things will manifest. In our community, our challenge is to maintain this respectful disposition towards each other. Respectful attitude towards each other, so that we don't minimize any Vaishnava. This is an important point. We don't minimize anybody. Everybody should feel the seriousness of this subject. So how can we ensure that our respect remains? I think we have discussed many times also. The only way you can keep the respect in your heart is by constantly glorifying Vaishnavas in your heart. Keep your respect and go on glorifying. So glorification counteracts minimization. You are understanding? Minimization of his position. But if you glorify his, whatever qualities that you are able to see, then you are able to maintain that position. So once in a while we all can sit down and then think what is the kind of glorious facilities that are available to me. You have to first take a stock of the kind of things that are the facilities are the resources that Krishna has given to us. In fact, there are our friends are also there, and they could not get such facility. Why? Because unfortunately, they're knowingly or unknowingly, they're minimizing Prabhupada's position. Whereas we are trying to keep Prabhupada's position. What is Prabhupada's position? Prabhupada wanted to be the Diksha Guru for this moment. As per July 9th letter, we know clearly Prabhupada wanted to remain as the Diksha Guru for all the generations to come, but that's been minimized. But whereas we are trying to keep that. So, this kind of an attitude that once in a while understand good qualities in other Vaishnavas also. So difficult to see good in others. Generally speaking, we don't recognize any good in others. Our mind is always glorifying us only. It is only glorifying our own this thing. So if you can glorify somebody else, then our respect and our consciousness grows. It's good to see what are the sparks in others, little sparks, glories in others. Actually, that will enhance our consciousness like anything. Okay, so Sarva Vaishnavas recognize their contributions, glorify their qualities. Let us say somebody is able to attend Mangalarati every single day. Nice. You should think, okay, this Prabhu is so nice. He is every day is able to. Or if somebody is nicely honoring Prasadam, even that is also good. At least that much you can glorify, no? So these are the, somehow you have to find some glory. Then our heart will be blossoming. Otherwise will be like a krupana, always finding faults. And what is the danger if you always find faults with Vaishnavas and never glorify anything in the mind? There is a danger that he can become an impersonalist. He'll become an impersonalist. Like Ramachandra Puri, always pointing mistakes. Finally he became an impersonalist. So appreciate the variety, appreciate the service variety of the Vaishnavas, appreciate the variety in the Vaishnavas, then you will never become impersonalist. Each one, Prabhupada says, each of the Vaishnavas, they are like flowers of varieties of colors. Black flower on its own doesn't look good. It's not very, but a wonderful rose it looks so nice. Or a yellow color flower looks so nice. So, similarly in us, it could be black-bodied devotee or a white-bodied or yellow color or whatever. Prabhupada says, all the Vaishnavas put together, for example, in this community, all these Vaishnavas put together, it's like making a bouquet. Prabhupada made a bouquet of all of you. And then he's offering it to Radha-Gokulananda. Every single day you are offering a bouquet of services. So don't worry whether you are black, white, this, that and all that. Remain within the bouquet so that it will be offered every single day. So very nice. Yes, confirmation has come. Sri Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Radha-Gokulananda ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki